Hello, thank you so much for joining. My name is Mayrose. I'm just going to start off with a quick introduction about myself, and then we can go into talking about the conversation of today, which is scholarship searches. So I first went to Townsend Harris High School. I graduated from there in 2017. I had an excellent experience at the high school. It's known to be a well-renowned school, but I think the mentorship and opportunities that I found at that school shaped me into who I am today and allowed me to gain national awards in writing and also just really build relationships with mentors and professors that still are of use to me today. After Townsend, I went to Barnard College, which is a liberal arts college within Columbia University. And I think that also was a really fortifying experience in my academic career. At Barnard, I was involved in numerous activities all throughout while still tutoring for Kweller Prep. I started working for Kweller in 2016 and currently it's 2024, so it's certainly been quite some time. Um, at Barnard, I was involved in um, activities related to writing, tutoring, research, and in fact, the one of the really big reasons why I attended Barnard was because of the scholarship that it provided. So that really ties into discussion today that scholarships provided, whether external or through this, institutions, are really fundamental in helping students afford college. And again, the financial aid and scholarship that Barnard offered me um, basically made my education from a top tier private institution equal the cost if I were to be pursuing my degree at a CUNY or a SUNY institution. In fact, those institutions were often more expensive for me than if I were to go there versus going to Barnard. So that's why I'm really excited to talk today about scholarship searches and just the process and understanding how to prioritize finding scholarships and searching for appropriate scholarships. Um, Now currently I'm a medical student at Weill Cornell, which is a med school in the Upper East Side. Again, affiliated with Cornell University, the Ivy League that's based in the undergrad Ivy League that's based in Ithaca. At Cornell, it's my first year, and like once again, going back to the topic of scholarships, Cornell has a debt-free program. So what that means is um, I'm essentially, based on my financial circumstances, I'm really not paying anything to the school at all and still receiving a wonderful medical education along with opportunities in research and so many other realms of medicine that are really advancing my career. So that definitely would probably not have been possible or feasible financially for me had it not been for these scholarship opportunities provided by Weill Cornell. So once again, this just goes to show that scholarship opportunities are very, very helpful. And I think something that I want to talk about today and really focus on is prioritizing the types of scholarships you want to look for and prioritizing how to find them. So it seems like we have a small group. I'm not sure what your name is, but your account is Q. So if you have any questions, feel free to type in the Zoom. And I'm going to share my screen to go over a quick presentation.
And this video will be shared widely with the community at Forest Hills High School and beyond. Okay?
Thank you. All right. So my presentation, it's a relatively short one because I think the more important thing about this scholarship searches is not necessarily the scholarship specifically, but more so, again, like I mentioned, prioritizing the types of scholarships um that you want to look for. So I sort of made this chart to divide up the different types of scholarships that are offered and the ways that you can attain them. So in general, scholarships are basically, in simple words, free money, right? So it's money that you don't have to pay back to anyone, a federal institution, or just basically anyone. And you can use that money for your needs while attending school. Scholarships can be divided into what are called need-based scholarships or scholarships that are used or determined based on a student's financial need, and also academic scholarships or scholarships that are given for students who are excellent academic performers or performers in various extracurricular opportunities. Need-based scholarships can occur on a school-specific level. So specific schools may have specific programs. And they can also occur on the federal or state level. So that's what you would encounter when filling out things like the FAFSA, the CSS profile, or the TAP, which also allows you to get state specific aid. So I'm just quickly going to talk about the different types of ways that these scholarships you can either come across or hear about. I want to prioritize number one, FAFSA. FAFSA is the federal form that allows you to get scholarship directly from the government. And this is really essential because the FAFSA is a form separate from the institution you apply to that needs to be submitted in order for you to be eligible for this type of aid. And what's really nice about the FAFSA is that not only does it qualify you immediately for scholarships from your institution or from the government that pay for your education, it also qualifies you for things like work study programs or or what are called subsidized loans. So work study programs basically provide you with employment opportunities in the institution that you're attending, and the institution that you're attending will then employ you and fund you through the work study program. So what's really helpful about FAFSA is that it provides you with the opportunity to get aid and financial aid in very different types of ways. I definitely use the work study funding that I was given by FAFSA at Barnard College, which is again the undergrad that I attended, to have numerous jobs on campus and again, or even off campus actually, with other institutions like Columbia University, Cancer Center. So again, the FAFSA is something that I think now is also so streamlined with the new version of the form that should be everyone's priority to submit as soon as possible, because it opens many opportunities for you and also provides you the very quantitative understanding of what you will be paying for college. So the FAFSA has what is called an EFC amount, or estimated family contribution, that can give you a sense of the amount of money that you may be expected to contribute to the colleges. Now it is college specific in the sense of what college you're applying to, and what their aid looks like. But again, it's just one of the, if not the most important forms to fill out from the get-go to be eligible for numerous scholarships. The second thing that I want to talk about is the CSS profile. The CSS profile is very similar to the FAFSA in that you are required to input in financial information about yourself and your parents. It's typically used more so by private schools, but again, why it's so essential for receiving scholarships is because this will enable you to get a scholarships without having to do any extra application work or any other processes. Inputting your information into the CSS profile will just allow you to be eligible for financial aid at all the different schools you apply to, and they will determine the amount of aid that the school as an institution can provide you. So again, that's the second form that I really think is essential and top priority for when going through this process. TAP, which I will also refer quickly check what that means. TAP also refers to a scholarship that's specific to the New York State. So if we just search TAP scholarship, so it's referred to as the New York State Tuition Assistance Program, and it's a grant that does not have to be paid back. So people who are eligible for TAP include New York State residents and either citizens or qualifying non-citizens. But again, the idea is just applying for this opportunity is opening so many doors to scholarships that would apply for schools in New York State. And so once again, I talked earlier about the importance of prioritizing. You want to make sure that before you think about applying to specific scholarships, you prioritize these applications first so that you're getting your foot in the door immediately and qualifying yourselves for as many scholarships, grants, work study opportunities. You want to really maximize that. Number four, something really important, something that I think not many schools are like students or parents are aware of, is that specific schools have specific applications or honors programs or opportunities that by default give you scholarship money. So for example, I know that the Macaulay Honors Program which is a honors program within the City College of New York system, has basically a Macaulay Honors Scholarship. And what that scholarship gives you is I believe at the time that I was applying, they gave you a free laptop, free access to numerous New York City sites, etc. And they also helped cover a big chunk of your tuition. So again, I thought it'd be helpful if we just look at that together live. So the looking at the if we take a quick look and look at what's covered under the Macaulay Honors Scholarship, you can see that the Macaulay program in of itself offers students, all of its students, a package including tuition, a cultural passport, access to the Opportunities Fund. And just quickly looking at what this covers is a wide variety of things. So they cover, let's just quickly take a look at this. They cover so many things. This includes, as we already mentioned, the 8 semesters of full-time undergraduate tuition. They also have limited to opportunity. They also have opportunities for coverage to be extending into summer and winter classes, which is excellent because those are typically extra classes. Other things that it includes are, any other fees and expenses that occur. They have a opportunities fund. So if we take a quick look at that, that is related to internship and research opportunities, advising opportunities, studying abroad. So the Opportunities Fund also seems to be a way to, again, have personalized mentors and networks with other honors programs, receive free admission and free perks throughout New York City. So again, what I'm trying to convey is school-specific honors programs or school-specific opportunities are really key in getting a lot of good financial aid opportunities or scholarship money that you otherwise would not be receiving. So this is a case of where being really knowledgeable about where you're applying to college is extremely important, because look at all the opportunities that the Macaulay Honors Program has. The Opportunities Fund is for studying abroad, it's for research, it's for internship opportunities. It's basically free money that they're giving you just for being part of their program. So that is why this is an excellent excellent opportunity to have, but the only way you will have it is if you apply to Macaulay Honors, if you obviously get accepted, and again, you must complete the FAFSA and the TAP application, and you must submit all other required paperwork. So again, this is why I mentioned that priority number 1 should be the FAFSA. Priority number 2 should be CSS or TAP. And again, you have to be sure that you're aware and keeping up to date with school-specific applications or school-specific opportunities. Now, the Macaulay Honors Program provides an excellent example of, a program that was really created with scholarship money or scholarship grants in mind. However, even schools that, are not structured like Macaulay Honors have numerous opportunities for scholarships once you're actually admitted. So for example, numerous schools will have guidance counselor, not guidance counselor, sorry. They'll have advisors, they'll have student deans, they'll have individuals responsible for circulating application-specific information about scholarships. So for example, at the medical school that I attend, I receive so many emails about scholarships available for students who are interested in submitting poetry, who are interested in writing about ethics problems, who are interested in writing about their experiences, etc. There's so many different criteria, but the school itself circulates this information. So again, that's an excellent way to hear about a very specific opportunity that you have a relatively decent chance of obtaining scholarship money from, because it's school specific. Now my last point for today's talk is external scholarships. Now, external scholarships, while it definitely are a very good resource, a lot of times are often inefficient, in the sense that a lot of scholarships will be like sweepstakes. So it'll be like, you have to have you have one entry submission, and then you have the chance or the opportunity to be selected out of probably hundreds of thousands of other people who are submitting. Or they'll have you write like an essay, and again, that essay though, or that opportunity will be extended to the whole country. And so again, it's a very competitive process. And in many cases, a lot of external scholarships are not very robust or not very I think the best word that I can come up for this is perhaps verified. A lot of external scholarship websites, primarily are in my research, oftentimes like getting your data or just, trying to basically just have your email contact, etc. However, FastWeb is a very robust site that I think has a lot of opportunities available if used correctly. So FastWeb is a site that basically lists or compiles scholarships um, without having a regard or concern for where the scholarship is coming from. So they will basically it's basically a site that lists all scholarships that may be applicable to you or that you may be interested in. But again, it's your job or your task to specifically track the deadlines of these, to understand how much you are being awarded, to understand if you're even eligible by seeing details, and again, to even see if this is worth the actual work of applying. In order to access this website, you would just Google FastWeb and you have to make an account, which I did to show you the purpose of this site. Um, you would then, check yourself for all the scholarships that you may be eligible for, and then you would have actually apply. But like I mentioned, given that there's so many opportunities for you to otherwise receive funding for your college journey, I never used FastWeb or any other external scholarship. Why? Because completing the FAFSA on time, completing the CSS profile on time, completing the TAP on time, that allowed me to receive really maximal aid and scholarships, and made it feasible for me to attend Barnard College, whose cost of attendance was probably $80,000 to $90,000 a year. Similarly, being as a student, I made sure to be on top of school specific opportunities that could fund me or fund my college education. These included full-time research opportunities that were offered by the school that paid me. These included internship opportunities. So Barnard has a really strong program where you can you can classify one of your extracurricular involvements as an internship, and then the school itself pays you for that. So I was interning at a doctor's office and I received funding from Barnard, not from the physician, but from Barnard to pursue that opportunity. And again, that was an opportunity that allowed me to fund my education. So similarly, there's so many other ways through which you can receive monetary support throughout your college journey. But again, like I mentioned, the goal is really to prioritize how you are getting that monetary support and how you are getting scholarships. And I believe, or I hope that I simplify this often confusing and overwhelming topic for you by first describing that scholarships can often be need-based or academic-based. And by describing the fact that need-based opportunities can come directly from the institution or from the federal government or state government, that academic scholarships can come because of your grades or your extracurricular involvements. And I hope that I've conveyed that by completing these forms and by also being cognizant of school-specific opportunities that may come your way, that is the best way to really search for and receive scholarships to fund your education. However, external scholarships do exist, but like I mentioned, it's a game of prioritization. Um, Oftentimes students who are, diligent students throughout their high schools who've maintained a competitive GPA, who have a competitive application when it comes to their resume or their test or their standardized test, oftentimes those students are provided with so much funding and scholarship money directly from the institutions that they never have to go through this route. But I hope to also have conveyed that this route indeed exists through external sites like FastWeb that basically list out numerous scholarship sources that you would then be applying for. So with that, that was my presentation, and I'm looking forward to hear if anyone has any questions that I can address. If not, I just wanted to quickly thank everyone for their time here today. I know this video will also be shared with Forest Hills High School overall, so thank you for those that may be watching. Again, from Kweller Prep, we're so excited to be doing this to support the community at your school. This is my second to last webinar. My next one, which will be my last one, will be next week. And I'm excited to talk about more things related to the college application process or just the an academic career in general next week. So with that, thank you so much for your time and have a great rest of your night.